Debate. News 8's Garrett Bergquist live at the State House with the very latest for us. Garrett.
Phil, that Senate debate capped about another 4 hours in the House earlier today. Now, that 28-19 vote was actually a little bit more in favor of the bill than when the bill passed out of the Senate about a week ago for the first time. That vote was 26-20, so it actually picked up a couple of votes. The debate, as we mentioned, went on for about 3.5 hours in the Senate, got quite emotional. At one point, we heard from Michiana Shore's Republican State Senator Mike Bohacek. He was a yes vote the first time, but he ended up voting against it the second time. Now, Bohacek has a daughter who has Down syndrome, and he brought her up in some of his speech on the bill. Here's what he said.
What happens to somebody that's on a guardianship? My daughter's 21 years old. Excuse me. If she lost her favorite stuffed animal, she would be inconsolable. Imagine making her carry a child to term. Thanks.
Further discussion.
Now, the big debate today, and frankly, all through these past 2 weeks, has been over the exception for rape and incest in this bill and what will become of young girls who become pregnant. Senate Minority Leader Greg Taylor pressed bill author Sue Glick on this question.
You're saying that the fallback for these younger than 16 children, say a 10-year-old, is just their physical body, not the emotional or psychological part of having a child before the age of 16.
If it's beyond the 10 weeks and they have a serious health risk, the abortion is not banned at that point. It can be considered if there's a serious health risk.
Protesters gathered outside the Senate chamber all throughout the evening. You could hear their chanting quite clearly in the chamber. Similar story in the House earlier today. Protesters were gathered outside that chamber. Again, you could hear them chanting nonstop throughout the debate. So just to recap, what this bill does is it is a complete ban on abortion with a couple of very limited exceptions. First of all, a woman could get an abortion if she was at serious risk of physical harm or in order to save her life. There is also an exception for fetal abnormalities, but only up to either 20 weeks or until fetal viability, whichever occurs first. And then as for the rape and incest exception, that only the window for that is 10 weeks into the pregnancy, and that is regardless of the age of the victim. So this bill now is on Governor Eric Holcomb's desk. The governor has not said anything during the special session about whether or not he would sign it. However, lawmakers here in the Senate expect that he will. Live at the State House, Garrett Bergquist, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.